I'm buying my first self-storage facility and you will not believe what happened. I'm in my next step of finding my first self-storage facility and I started calling owners, sending out mailers, and I got a lot of data and information that will be helpful to anyone else that is trying to do this. I pulled a list and have been cold calling owners. Some of them were very nice and were like, oh yeah, I do like self-storage, it's been great, I'm not going to sell for the time being, good luck. Others had a different type of scenario, and there's this one property down in the Pueblo area. I called him and I think he may have been getting cold called quite often, and he was furious, started cussing at me and using various languages. Ended up going to my Google review profile that I use for my real estate agent business and left me a very negative review. It was 1 star and left a few phrases there that were very negative towards sending him a cold call, which I definitely understand. When you are getting cold calls all the day, it can be quite annoying. And so nothing against the owner for doing this, but it was a good lesson that I probably should not use my personal phone number. I should probably use a Google Voice number, which can be a lot better for reaching out to people, especially when you don't know who it is, how they're going to react to you asking if they do want to sell their facility. So I would definitely recommend getting a Google Voice number. It is a lot easier, and you can just download it onto your app as well, and it connects to your current phone number too. You can avoid people reaching you personally and doing any type of crimes or anything against you that would be in a negative way. So definitely learned a good lesson there. The other thing that I started doing was sending out mailers to several of these owners. On the list I had, I'll get to the list in a second about the issues I had with that, but sending out mailers, I hand wrote all of them, try and make it feel more personal to these owners so I could actually get some calls back and some actual activity. And if they see that I'm a young investor and I actually took the time to write them a letter, put a little personal note about their property, they may be more inclined to actually reach out and give me a call compared to anyone else's letter that is just coming through that is very basic compared to mine that's sticking out a little bit more. In real estate, first impressions can make or break a deal. Whether you're listing a home for sale or marketing an investment property, having high quality photos are key at grabbing attention. If you want to stand out in the competitive Colorado Springs market, having high quality photos is essential. And Wayne over at Homadi excels at getting the best possible photos for your property. He is based right here in Colorado Springs and specializes in capturing properties in the best light. If you're ready to take your property photos to the next level, make sure to contact Wayne over at Homadi and mention you heard about him from Tanner at Red and Joy Real Estate to get 20% off your next shoot. Remember, great photos can make the difference between a quick sale and a stale listing. So make sure to contact Wayne over at Homadi today. The issues with the list that I have started to come up with is that I pulled the list, it was just a general warehouse and self-storage zoning on this list, and I started going through each and every property and being like, is this a storage facility? Is it not? What is it? Half of it was just land, half of it was just nothing, and I sorted it down in all the locations I wanted to only about like 25, 30 properties that were actually going to be worth my time of sending a letter to because they actually owned a self-storage facility or would have known someone that did own a storage facility because they're in that type of business. All the other ones were just warehouses I wasn't interested in, or random lots of land, or just some different types of buildings that are zoned that way but not operated that way. So I need to figure out how to get a better list for my storage facilities that I'm interested in. And the idea that me and my friends have come up with is to hire a VA. I think that's the route that I'm going to do, and have them go through and take the time and search up all the facilities out there and make sure that it is self-storage, get the address of it in the area. I think that will help out to get a very more accurate list, so then I can send letters directly to those owners to get a better response rate instead of it just going to anyone, and I don't even know if they do own a storage facility or not. So that's gonna be the next step that I'm gonna want to be taking in order to find my first self-storage facility. When I have been analyzing self-storage deals, I have learned quite a few things and difference in the vacancy that is shown up for what the owners have it at and what you're going to be estimating it to, because you're going to want to plan for some vacancy, and you're also going to want to plan for different situations based off of when you do buy the property, you go to refinance or sell, what those numbers are going to be looking like for a new prospective buyer, because that's at the end of the day how you're going to get a value is off of how much income you're getting, if the new debt that's getting put on the property for the purchase, what those interest rates are at in order for it to make sense for them to be purchased. Or if you go to refinance a property, are those numbers going to make sense in 3, 5, 7 years, which are most common for commercial loans, where the rates are going up, rates are going down, for the properties to still be profitable. And you want to build in vacancy and reserves to help you out through those tough times to make sure that you can hold the property for a long term and make sure it cash flows correctly so everyone's happy that's involved on the property. Stress testing is going to be taking your property and having a situation where if you have to refinance, put it at like, those 7% rates is what we're at now. Maybe it goes up to 9, and how do the numbers look if it's like that? And what happens if it goes down to 3? Is everything still going to be looking good? And are you going to still be around that 40%, even less? I believe it's around 25 to 45% is what you want your expense ratio to be. If you're planning to get photos done on your next listing or rental property, don't forget to reach out to Wayne with Homati to get 20% off your next shoot. So that's what I've learned so far on my self-storage journey. I have been reaching out to owners and had a few that I'm going to start making offers on. So the next step are making offers. I'll let you know how that goes. Interest on the letters that I'm sending out and how my conversations are going with owners to see how buying a self-storage facility is going to be an absolute goldmine. And if you're interested in talking more about self-storage or investing in general here in Colorado, please come out to the real estate meetup that we host on the second Thursday every single month. I'll be there, and same with 40 investors investing in Colorado.